And good morning to you. Time for the Sheriff's Sit Down, presented by our great friends at Our Community Credit Union. Mason County Sheriff Casey Salisbury. How you doing, Casey?
Good morning.
It's Election Day.
It sure is.
And while some of the results here in the great state of Washington may not be as tight as elsewhere across the country, there's been a lot of talk this year about the election and people coming to the vote centers and things like that. Is the sheriff's office and the auditor's office in communication about anything for today?
Oh, sure. With all the things that are going on, you know, there's, I mean, you can't turn on a news channel without it's all about election.
Yeah.
And, you know, people voice their concerns back and forth, and we've chatted with Mr. McGuire, Patty McGuire, a couple times back and forth about, you know, the election night and everything like that. It appears to me by the numbers that a large percentage of our counties already voted.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect, like, we've been on the mail-in in this state for a long time now, and it seems to have been working quite well. Other states, a little bit different, so those polling lines might be longer, but I'm not so sure that we'll have a mass of people show up, just because most people, it appears by the numbers, that have already got their ballots in.
Do you, or have you been sent out any messages from the State Patrol or any other sheriffs that you know about just being aware of election night and how to handle that?
Well, I think what we focused on more than anything in talking with Mr. McGuire and also, you know, Chief Moody, because you know, the center of attention is downtown there, is that just the idea, just, you know, the awareness of what's going on. And the other thing is that during the course of the last, since the time the voting boxes, the boxes, receptacle boxes have been available, Mr. McGuire gave us a list so that all the deputies know exactly where they're at. And so that if they're in that area, you know, during the last couple of weeks driving around, just know to keep an eye on that on the ballot boxes as returns come in. But I know that it was their goal or their intention to empty those quite often.
Yeah.
Anyway, so. I think they've got that taken care of.
It was and has been cold the last couple mornings. The fog has rolled in.
Yes.
It was tough driving in at times, and we're starting to see that here in November.
I know, and I noticed this morning coming down the hill, which is probably one of the neatest places when you come down by the log monument and look up and you can see the Olympics, that the leaves were really gold this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a big change coming down the hill. So, and then also the daylight savings time issue. You know, it looks different this morning, but I think this evening is when it's going to really look a lot different for us.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, there's another one of those things. We always cautious on driving because it's a big part of what we do. But you know, those hours of darkness, it's going to be dark earlier, where there's still going to be people moving about, and it just be mindful with, you know, people on the side of the road and just the darkness.
Mason County Sheriff Casey Salisbury here today on Election Day, and thanks for coming on.
Best part about the election is not having to be in it this year.
There you go.